Girl Walks Home Alone at Night is a film released in 2014 by Anna Lily Amirpour and starring Sheila Vand and Arash Marandi. The film takes place in a fictional slum called Bad City, and appropriately enough, starts off with someone stealing something. Arash is a typical slum kid with typical slum kid problems. He has a car which he worked 6 years to pay for, his father is a heroin junkie, he owes a lot of money to their pusher, and he has a lousy job. Saeed, the drug pusher, visits Arash and his father Hossein looking for his pay. When Arash and his father don't pay up, Saeed responds by stealing Arash's car. That Saeed doesn't seem like a very nice man. The next morning, Arash is trimming the garden for Shada. She calls Arash into her room to help her with her TV. But when Shada isn't looking, Arash steals her earrings. Elsewhere, Saeed is showing off his new car to a prostitute named Ati. While she and Saeed are getting it on, Saeed sees something. It's a girl. Alone. At night. Even later in the night, the girl gets her groove on by listening to some weird music poetry.
Oriental dress, the one you love is a mess.
Afterwards, the girl goes out. She runs into Saeed. Saeed takes the girl to his house and... Wait a minute, is that a friggin' zapper? Man, Saeed may be a jerk, but he appears to have impeccable taste in video games. Unfortunately, his taste in games doesn't seem to be as good as his luck. While trying to seduce the girl, she bites off his finger, then kills him. I guess he won't be playing Duck Hunt for a long time. Arash comes to Saeed's house asking for his car back. He finds Saeed dead. Despite the fact that Saeed is missing a finger and has bite marks all over his jugular, Arash doesn't seem to bat an eye at this. Just another day in Bad City, I guess. Arash steals Saeed's briefcase of drug money. Then comes one of the most badass songs on an already badass soundtrack. They ain't touting it as the first Iranian vampire western for nothing, Pilgrim. Hossein starts following Ati during the night. After Ati rejects him, he encounters the girl. They have a kind of Groucho Marx exchange. After that somewhat comical incident, the girl comes to a street urchin. She uses her vampiric wiles to scare him into being a good boy.
میتونم چشماتو از حدقه در بیارم بدن سگا بخورم.
Ew. Sounds like something one of my ex-FWBs would say to me. The girl steals the street urchin's skateboard. Meanwhile, Arash gets ready for a costume party. He dresses up as Dracula and brings ecstasy. While everyone is getting busy, high and drunk, Arash leaves the party and wanders around the town. He runs into the girl, and they go back to her house. Then they dance the night away.
Yes, this fear's got a hold on me. Yes, this fear's got a hold on me. Yes, this fear's got a hold on me. Yes, this fear's got a hold on me.
I don't know about you, but I'd much prefer a nice dance over a drugged-out party any day of the week. The next morning, Okay. The next morning, Arash confesses to his father that he's in love with a girl, but he doesn't know her name. Yeah, neither do we. That evening, Ati is out and about, and then meets the girl. The girl shows the gold and jewels and such that belong to Saeed. Ati takes the girl to her room, and they have a sort of heart-to-heart. The girl has been watching Ati at night doing her thing, and comes to the conclusion that she is sad and doesn't know what she wants. That sounds familiar. The girl heads home for the night, but not before killing a bum. She discovers a note on the door from Arash. She meets Arash at the power plant where they share a burger. Arash asks the girl about the last song she listened to. For some reason. He gives the girl the earrings he stole from Shada, but the girl's ears aren't pierced. But they soon fix that. I guess this girl is a masochist too? Arash makes it plainly obvious to the girl that he loves her, but she rejects him. The next morning, Hossein is having a serious withdrawal. Arash has had enough, so he gives Hossein the rest of the heroin and some money and kicks him out. Hossein sees Ati, and they both get high. Somehow the girl finds out, barges into their room, and kills Hossein. Ati and the girl leave the corpse by a building. The street urchin witnesses them. The next morning, Arash finds Hossein, his father, dead. He assumes he was murdered and asks the street urchin if he saw anyone. Arash drives to the girl's house and tells them they have to leave Bad City. When the girl is packing up, Arash sees the cat that belonged to his father, proving that the girl had something to do with his death. They ride off into the night. And I guess they live happily ever after? So Arash knows the girl killed his father, but he doesn't care? What? A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night was a pet project of writer-director Anna Lily Amirpour. It was filmed primarily in Bakersfield, California and Taft, California. The film was originally an Indiegogo project that raised just above $55,000. It was originally released on January 19, 2014 at the Sundance Film Festival, and then on April 20th, 2015, it was released on just about every video streaming website on the web. I got the film on this super special awesome edition Blu-ray that's packed in a fancy slipcase and also comes with a comic book and an essay. The film's soundtrack contains primarily Persian language rock and pop music, but also some spaghetti western styled music, keeping up with the film's western ambiance. I have the soundtrack on both CD and vinyl. It's one of the most badass soundtracks I have ever heard, and one of my favorites that I have in my collection. Despite the film touting itself as the first Iranian vampire western, not only was none of it filmed in Iran, it wasn't even originally written in Persian. It was written in English, then translated phonetically into Persian. A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night is not only a fantastic vampire film, one of the best to be released in the last 10 years since Let the Right One In my opinion, but a fantastic film, period. The only thing that really irks me about it is the ending. I mean, Hossein might have deserved what he got, but if Arash knows that the girl killed him, doesn't he care? I mean, if I found out my significant other murdered my father, I don't know about you, but I'd drop them like a hot potato.